What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you amazing news that might be the beginning of the end of naked shorting. So let's start one by one. We are on official Roger James Hamilton Twitter page, and finally he explains the situation around the naked shorting related to his company. And for those of you who don't know, Roger James Hamilton is the CEO of Genius Group, and this company also was the target of naked shorting. And right here you can find his interview on Charles Payne TV show, and it is not the biggest one, just 4 minutes, but in my opinion it is really important to add as much people as we can in this process of fighting against authorities that allow the fraudulent activity on the stock markets. And Charles Payne is in team. Let me show you that he pinned this tweet 17 hours ago, and he said, "Let's do it, Roger Hamilton, the war on naked shorts and how to fight back. On making money with Charles Payne Fox Business, please tune in and let your friends know." And he also retweeted the original tweet of Roger James Hamilton, and definitely it is a very important step in this fight. On top of that, let me show you that Roger James Hamilton published this battle plan, and 18 hours ago he wrote, "We have our GNS board meet tomorrow to decide on countermeasures against naked short sellers. After speaking with many CEOs under attack, there is a playbook to follow. I've written a blog with the top 10 strategies a company can use. Please share and add to this list." And here is the list of these strategies, and they are following, and I will cover it in details according to Roger Hamilton's tweets. Be EBITDA and cash positive, get your investors on your side, take legal action, issue a trackable special dividend, issue trackable shareholder perks, do a merger or spin-off, approve a dual listing, approve share buybacks, approve reverse splits, nuclear option, delist and relist. And he also added, never, never, never give up, Winston Churchill. So let's start one by one, and he posted this. Action number one, be EBITDA positive and cash positive. If you don't need the money, they can't achieve their number one goal, which is to bankrupt you. This buys you time, but it doesn't solve the underlying issue. And I completely agree with this action. Action number two, get your investors on your side. This might sound obvious, but too many CEOs and boards stay silent. And I completely agree with this statement as well, because the CEO of NextBridge Hydrocarbons is basically keeping silence on this situation. We don't have any information related to this situation on their official website, and it is a bit weird. So let's continue. Number three, take legal action. These guys are super clever and hiding their tracks. Wes Christian, his firm Christian Levine, and the company Share Intel opened my eyes to the sophisticated systems that can now track who's doing what to your stock. And I have to say that Wes Christian and Roger James Hamilton will have a meeting, and let me show you that it is scheduled right here. Join Wes Christian and me live Wednesday, January 18th, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time here. And here is the link on this stream to hear the action Wes and CEOs are taking against naked short sellers and the motherlode of naked shorts being exposed. So definitely it is a very good another step that will bring us to the next level of this fight. Next action, number four. Issue a special dividend that's trackable. If you issue a dividend that isn't straight cash, such as a spin-off or of a company, so you are issuing shares or a blockchain-based asset, then the brokers can't afford to either cover or be exposed. And this is the step that basically MMTLP is doing right now, and they're doing several of these actions. Number five, Issue trackable shareholder perks. Reward the shareholder who are willing to fight with you by rewarding them, whether it is through discounts to your products, and expose the short sellers when brokers need to identify shares and shareholders to deliver the perks. Completely agree. The more people we have in this battle against the authorities and fraudulent companies, the more chances we have to win this battle. Number 6. Do a merger or spin-off. And this is another action that was made by Torchlight Energy and by Meta Materials. And this is a very important step, because with this strategy we can definitely define who was the initiator, who was the leader of this fraudulent activity, and who made the most number of counterfeit shares in order to illegally short the asset. Next one, number 7. Approve a dual listing. Listing on a second exchange makes it more difficult for short sellers to push down shares, as arbitrage traders will trade the delta. If they try and to push a share from $6 to $3, someone will buy at 3 and sell back at 6. So I agree with this statement, but it is not the strongest weapon against the short sellers, because usually they are aiming to the biggest stock exchange, and you cannot compare any other stock exchanges in the world with the New York Stock Exchange, and basically with American stock exchanges in general. And this means it's not so useful, but definitely you have to do it. Next one, action number 8. Approve share buybacks. If the criminals can't bankrupt you, they'll try and delist you. Once shares price is low enough, that's a danger. By knowing you can always bring upward pressure by buying back your own shares makes it more difficult for them to achieve this. And it is a very good step, but to approve the share buybacks, you have to have enough money to make it happen, and not so many companies, especially during the recession, might afford the massive buyback to fight against the fraudulent companies. Action number 9. Approve reverse stock split. And I have to say that this is the most controversial action. So he stated, if you have the ability to quickly shrink the number of shares and increase the price through a reverse stock split by having a reverse split already approved by shareholders, it takes away the risk of delisting. And on the one hand, I agree with this statement. It might be the case when you can save your company from the delisting from US stock exchanges. But on the other hand, this action by itself, despite its neutrality by nature, it can drive the price of shares lower because of the uncertainty that this reverse stock split brings on the table. And next one, action number 10. He wrote, and finally, the nuclear option is to go private, buy back the float, take your loyal shareholders and relist in a different jurisdiction. This is the last resort, but is a reminder that it's your company and they have no right to destroy it. So, definitely it is the most powerful weapon against the fraudulent activity, but not so many companies can afford it either. So let me show you that we have another step that was made by Jeremy Frommer. He is a CEO of another company, CRTD, that was the target of naked shorting, and he made this website. It is a CEOBLOC, and this website is made to show what we can do in order to fight against the fraudulent activity. You can read the case, and it is written in really simple words, and it explains how naked shorts are driving the price of assets down. And on top of that, you can find the timeline how the entire short selling history happened. So definitely take a closer look on this website, especially on their blog section, because right here you can find the latest information that might be very useful for us as a community. On top of that, let me show you that we are about to see the next event that will take place, let me show it you, on January 27 and 28. It is a mass awareness day, and follow the Marine Activist Channel Twitter page, and he is responsible for this event, and it is event of the protest that will take place on January 27 and 28, Friday and Saturday, on the 12th SEC location in the United States, especially in the corporate SEC in District Columbia. So if you are in the United States, and here is the list of the SEC addresses, you can be a part of this protest, and definitely this protest also might be a very important step to fight against authorities, and definitely it might give us more power to force SEC to create some actions that should prevent the naked shorting, and that should prevent the killing of US companies. So I think that is all information that I want to provide you, and if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. So see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm